Hello and welcome back to Formula 3 Championship. This is week 4 out of 8, I believe. I know, it's great to know how many races you do have in the season, right? And we are in Virginia, basically home track of this dude.
Hi, this dude is here. It's Matt, everyone. Nice to be doing this again. I don't want to kill myself at all.
He is totally not forced to do this, right?
No, I totally don't have a contract that obligates me to do these commentaries.
If he ever does, I will laugh at his face while showing him his signature on this contract. I will personally fly to his place.
Yeah, God help us all. But yeah, you guys are stuck with just the two of us this week. Our normal special guest was a bit busy, and so we're just going to do this as a duo because, well, we need to get this recorded at some point. So we're doing it now. But yeah, VIR, an interesting track as Cervantes is playing Tabletop Simulator.
I should turn it off at one point.
At some point, yeah. But no, very interesting track. A lot of flowing sections, a couple stop-start sections, and one heart-stopping section over a hill, which is a lot of fun.
Yeah, there was also one hard-stopping section into a tree, but unfortunately, US are full of pussies and the tree was removed.
Actually, I think it was weather. I don't think that it was removed because of the racing, if I recall correctly. I think it was hit by lightning at some point or something.
That big shit on them. Yeah, it was.
Yeah, as we get to the qualifying grid, yeah, it was a bad situation. Sad because the tree was iconic. But Goons is, well, he's become iconic in fighting Sharky, starting on pole from Sharky, Mr. Babansky, Smart Pipe Cervantes, Trimpale, Hiker, Matt, and then, well, the other Matt, rounding out the top 10. And I get the feeling you left a lot more bumper room in this segment than I thought. There we go.
Definitely. Neon Tiger starts 11th, and Spooky Squid rip his soul in 12th. His teammate Banana Hedron starts with Source on the 7th row, Psychedelics and Viper in 15th, 16th. Echo and Powers 2 for 40 are on row 9, and Martin and Kodas, the new addition to the Baguette squad, on row 10.
I guess he's the +1 for go to get back at +1. Namias rounds out the bottom of the grid with Rotor X2 starting in last place. But yeah, we should be in for an interesting race. This track, like I said, varied in character, has a lot of different stuff going on, so it should be fun to watch the events unfold as we get a nice panning shot of the grid here. With a lot of grass on the outside, it is really a proper racing circuit. None of this tarmac runoff bullshit to save your ass when you fuck up. If you go off, you're going off big, as
I improved Master's livery, as I promised.
Oh Lord!
I finally.
So we are Ilya Babansky and Mathew Ruda with our normal special guest again. As I said, busy this week, and so he won't be showing, but his name will still be here in memoriam for Spooky Squid. R.I.P.
Because I definitely did not edit that 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, we're definitely not fucking late as hell on this. Not at all. We totally haven't already had another race and a break week and about to have another race this weekend. Not at all. F.
Thanks for reminding me. I need to do a lot of work.
Yeah, we need to practice. We need to actually finish decently one of these times. We got, what, top 4 in GT3 at some points? We need to actually, show some effort. But yeah, a track that I love, a track that I know, a track that I live not too far from. Let's see what us idiots can do. Let's hope that we can make it through without any major calamity. No guarantees, though, knowing us.
Absolutely, the cars are about to set off on the start curve. This is not a straight. I have no idea why they put the cars there to begin with. Wasn't there another pit box building or something?
I'm not sure. There is the long straight on the back of the track. I don't know if there's a pit facility to go there. But I mean, hey, it's not that big of a curve, and starting there gives it a unique feel, like back when we had real cars in Spa starting in the chicane.
As we have lights 4 and 5 that are about to turn green, and we are away in Virginia International Racing. Someone is already sideways over there at the back of a grid. We're definitely gonna see a couple more looks as we see Gunses flying towards turn 1. Sharky is trying to go around the outside. Master is trying to use him as
God.
Oh, there's bumper cars. Oh, there's calamity. There's a few cars off the track in turn 2 over there. Cars are continuing forwards, at least the first pack, for quite some time. Mr. Bob is going through Sharky. Is it Sharky? No, it's Sharky. Biker changed his livery, and we have full course yellow. We are under full course yellow. As of now,
Had a big calamity there in the first corner.
Something big definitely happened, and the cars... We're gonna see a couple of replays. Under full course yellow, the cars must maintain 80 kilometers per hour or less, and that's what happened at the start. Coda started, but Powers did not.
Yeah, Code Brown there for Codas. Yeah, oh, whoa,
You see
okay.
Rotor there. Also, fair warning, this video is gonna be extreme lag, because whoever recorded this replay, I wasn't present at the time, whoever recorded the replay has internet over potatoes. We see just about everybody not making turn 1 there.
Yeah, we'll see some calamity here from my end. So I'm in between two different cars, and it's lagging like hell. I go on the outside, then all of a sudden it's a 4-wide, because the guy inside of him isn't now the inside, and I saw that coming a mile away, tried to go left to avoid, and I just hooked wheels with Piker.
Yeah, Biker also went a little bit wide on the braking zone, but... I see 5 cars, maybe 6, bunting him off the track over there, and Viperia decides to go through him over there.
Yeah, typical fashion of some of the guys here, just drive through the person you just wrecked, further hampering their race and damaging their cars. But that's all I'm going to say about that. Let's see, I think there was further calamity on here. A decent rejoin there. Let's get a little bit further back. I think this is from Neon. Yes, this is Neon's view. Neon gets hit up the ass just from, Constantina effect, everyone running into everyone. Looks like Marzin is... Oh my god. That's a lagalicious there.
Yeah, that's gonna happen a lot this race. We'll fix it for the next one, as I actually have quality recording. We see Potato not expecting the car in front of him to stop, trying to avoid the calamity, rear-ending him. But yeah, when it starts, it's not much you can do, as Martin does his Martin thing and just forgets to brake in turn 1.
Unless that was lag, he was never making that corner, even without the wreck there.
Yeah, he also stopped on track for some reason there. We see a white car of psychedelics, might have put something to recognize that thing, as he actually makes it through turn 1 twice, almost losing the car all by himself by going very far on the inside. Servatis made it through, but got hooked by someone over here. This was the secondary wreck we saw. This was, I believe this is the wreck that we were talking about. Smart. Oh god, yeah. Lost all by himself on the inside and spun into Servatis. Nothing he could really do there. As we see Biker over there. Oh, Jesus, that's, I assume, when the full course yellow started. Either someone was too early on that, or Biker was too late as he gave positions back. But that was a scary moment.
Yeah, we had a mix of people here who, well, let's be honest, we haven't really played this full course yellow in a big race, a big league race as of until today, or, well, until 3 weeks ago. But, so there was a mix of people, and even people like myself who knew the procedure, really just, I haven't done it in forever. And so I slowed down early thinking when full course yellow lights came on, that was full course yellow. Some people like Piker took advantage, and since the countdown is shown for everybody, you can basically keep racing, race to the line style back from the old NASCAR days. So it is what it is.
Absolutely, we have full course yellow ending in just a couple of moments. We're back to green flag racing. Maestro is looking for advantage, just breezes past Sharky over there. Sharky was very, very slow off the line when the green waved.
Yeah, it looked like Maestro played it smart. He backed off a little bit still under full course yellow, I think, so that he could hit the accelerator early and then get himself up to speed as the green flag came. Smart move there by Maestro, who now has the draft.
He's also looking to overtake Bentley Motorsport of Mr. Bob, I believe, side by side into the next turn. I have no idea where this track goes. I'm not familiar with it. It goes over the hill, and he's going to be on the outside. But I was about to say he almost cleared Mr. Bob by now, but Mr. Bob, came right back. A bit of wheel bumping as Mr. Bob forces his way through, and that helps Sharky, who is past Maestro already. Maestro,
oh no! No! Oh god, no!
Goes for a wild ride, not expecting the Brit to just breeze up the inside and pass him. Meanwhile, Sharky is going around Mr. Bob. Someone is really angry they lost out at the full course yellow.
Yeah, Gunsis did get the jump, but Sharky never loses a race that he's in, so we can expect to see him overtake, and he has. He's got Mr. Bob, the outside will become the inside rather, but that doesn't even matter because he's passed before the next corner. So now the chase to up can go. Goonce's things English as I spin. My English capability there is just about comparable to my driving going into that corner. Got hot on the brakes, locked up cold tires. Just oopsie.
As Cervantes gets bumped out of the way again, but this race is going fabulously for him. As we see the lagging car of Spooky Squid, I believe, going all over the place, so we can never trust where he actually is at this point. I'm just gonna hope it's on track. He's chasing...
Just note, ladies and gentlemen, before you complain about this is what it was like actually racing in Austria. You think that this is that...
Jesus.
Oh, Squid, where does the butt start?
And Squid actually bumps one of the Audi Motorsports out of the way. Locked wheels did not save the guy from hitting the... Oh, Jesus.
Ooh, oh.
That was the full course yellow restart as a few cars bumped uglies. Martin attempts an overtake off the track, which is apparently successful. I believe that's Kodas that did not start in time. Psychedelics over here racing with one of the Apex Predator cars. That is number 4 of Smart Pipe.
No, it's not Neon.
And Smart Pipe loses it and parks it in front of Psychedelics, who has no choice but to bump him even further. And loses the position because of it.
Yeah, as I go by, Psych let his foot off the gas there to make sure that he didn't absolutely pound the Irishman. As we see here, that's what caused part of my spin is, well, surprise.
Yeah, Cervantes completely forgot to brake as we're about to see here. Yeah, basically something orange just flies by. And as Matt tried to rejoin the track, rear tires on the grass, and that's a no bueno. And I assume this is where Cervantes got his karma back, as he gets spun by one of the Audis.
Karma and I are both bitches, and in this case, Karma was the bigger one, as we get a view from moi as I approach a jumpy Bentley car.
It's not a Bentley. That's a Blue Flag Motorsport car, please.
I don't know the difference, damn it.
Bentley's a bit silver, and I believe on the background that was Martin spinning.
Fuck you, they're both green, Wilbur.
Rude. Anyway, the soon-to-be Russian overtakes, I believe that's Viperian, who lagged all over the place, as this is the Bentley we're talking about.
Kill yourself!
Shut up. Being overtaken by Trempel up the inside into, I think, turn 1, I'm not sure. Oh!
Different kind of inside.
Trempel got a little bit of rough treatment, as we see that's Martin taking the, I believe that is a drive-through for speeding under full course yellow.
It could either be that, or I saw a car earlier. I don't know what the fuck. What's going on here? There was a car early on when we got some of the start replays that looked like he bobbled the start. That might have been Marzin, or it might have been Code's. I can't remember which, to be honest.
That was Code's.
Okay.
Yeah, so I believe there's a drive-through. A couple of drivers were slightly over the limit of 80, but some more than the others and deserved a drive-through.
It had to have been quite a bit, because I know I exceeded the limit for a while because when I was trying to figure out what the fuck was going on my screen. But yeah, it had to have been quite a while as we see a car with the fuck you light on.
Yeah, there was some leeway in the program to not give you a drive-through for every single kilometer per hour over the limit, but if you abuse it a little bit too much, it'll bite back. As Smart Pipe trying to overtake, I believe that is Matt of Bentley Motorsport, maybe Mr. Bob. Timing will come back on the screen at one point. It was broke to all hell, but it fixed itself halfway through the race, so hooray for that. But until then, we see a Bentley, I believe that's 77, that is indeed Mr. Bob, taking a creative route towards the start-finish line. That'll cost him 1, maybe 2 places, as Trempel gets past him and Maestro is looking for an inside overtake as well. He might be making it 3 wide.
Ooh.
Yes, he does, on the inside. Thankfully, Trempel by now already cleared Mr. Bob. Oh,
oops.
And still pummels Maestro off the road, and Mr. Bob
he cleared Maestro.
Mr. Bob says thank you very much and claims both positions back.
Yeah. That last corner is definitely an interesting one. You can make a lot of time if you get it just perfectly right, but if you fuck it up, you're going off the track, and it is a long ride through the grass. As we see, Mr. Invincible already caught up to Gunsis. So it'll be a battle of energy versus, well, consistency, I guess. This complex is one of my favorite of all the tracks. Right here, this last corner, you fuck it up, you're going up and over the hill and far away. You get it just right though, and it feels amazing.
Gunsis bobbles it a little, but keeps it on the
Tiny bit, yeah.
on the black
Oops.
stuff. Who doesn't keep it on the black stuff is Smart Pipe, who gets a trouble through the grass and now has to fend off Maestro, who is blazing around the outside here. Yes, he's definitely blazing.
That would explain some things, actually.
His livery, especially. Side by side, they go through the back straight. Maestro is gonna be on the inside, I believe, but Smart Pipe is a little bit ahead.
Outside.
Will he
Yeah,
have
the left-hander is a very, very shallow one. The right-hander is the one you got to get on the inside for. But Maestro's actually taking the fight, and then it becomes the inside again. Wow, nice move there by Maestro. He's definitely quick here. You should have put a pot plant leaf on the side of his car. Do that next time you win a bet.
Definitely. We're back to a Britain versus Germany fight. That never ends well for anybody. Mr.
No.
Bob still fends off from Trample, who seems to overtake him every lap, and every lap failed to keep the position, as we see one of the Apex Predator cars. Well, either him or Smart Pipe. That's
Yeah, it looks like
12,
Neon's helmet.
That's Neon. Took a bit of an off-track excursion into the last corner. The battle continues between that's Viperian and what's the second car? That has to be Psychedelics, the other
Psychedelic,
Audi car.
Yeah, well, just based on past performance, I mean, those two have been close to one another as well. I don't know what kind of performance that was, but it definitely wasn't the right one. So Viperion goes off track a little bit too deep in the braking sector as we flip to another Bentley battle. I got it right this time. Suck
Yay.
it.
Oh, Oh, that is a big one! Trample is in the wall. How did he lose the car there?
I don't know, and I think he was buried in the wall because he ain't going anywhere with that.
Yeah, I think that might be it for car number 17. They just obliterated the wall there. That is probably the biggest crash I've seen in a while. As Maestro does a Martin and just completely denies Trample his line here. He was full
Yeah,
left,
I thought
believe.
that was Trempeale at first, but then looking back at it, as we're going to see a moment from Cody's, outbreak himself, I think. Yep. Yeah. At first, I thought that was Maestro's being innocent there, but it turns out he just dove on the inside. As we get a view here of the Trempeale incident, going through the corners. This last corner you have to lift for a little bit. Is he get on the grass? Is he get on the grass? No. What?
That is a tank slapper out of nowhere, and that definitely destroyed the suspension of the car. And it goes nowhere. He wanted it to go, but it did not go. And I believe that is it for him in this race, unless they manage to... What are you doing?
Flipping.
Flying up the inside, moving Source out of the way, and himself in the process. Thank you, Matt. Almost taking a trip through the secondary pit lane.
I actually did that in qualifying to get around a slow car. Yeah, that one was a... The door was open after the first corner, and I thought I could throw it down the inside and make it stick. I couldn't, and I fucked that up. So, yeah, that one was all me. As we see more adventures through the grass. Yeah, you could definitely have a Stoner convention with the amount of grass we're picking up in this track.
Jesus. Yeah, it seems like the last and the first corner seem to be the usual culprits in terms of off-track excursions. Easy to miss, easy to outbrake, and there's another opportunity from a backmarker's car to overtake Source, and there's Neon Tiger in front waiting for his turn at the body. Source seems to hang around the outside for the time being and keep his position. We are 10 minutes into the race, and we're back to the battle for the lead. Sharky is still measuring Gunsis, looking for an opportunity to pass. Last time Sharky waited for about half a race in Austria before actually getting a move on Gunsis. We'll see how soon he'll try to make a move here.
Yeah, he's not as risk-averse as someone like Jeke, but he definitely sizes up his move. Not as aggressive as someone like me, but we might have a slingshot going on here. He got the draft. He'll have the inside, which will then be the outside, which will then be the inside. So let's see, can he get it done? He has a positional advantage. Can
Oh,
he keep the car?
oh!
Oh no!
There is a crash between the leaders. That's something
Goons
you
is
don't
Sigma
see every
energy.
day. That's something you don't see every day. Sharky and Goonsis crashed, and Sharky got the worst end of it. I don't think any of them lost positions. Oh,
Whoa!
Jesus Christ, Powers! Whoa, these two are in the wall hard.
Was he airborne when he crashed into him?
Yeah, I believe so. We
get a view of the Sharky. Coincidence then. There's shit happening all over. So Sharky has the outside, the inside rather, which then becomes the outside. It looks like he came down a little bit on Goonsis, but not enough to cause contact. Goonsis then, I don't know if he lost the car or if, we'll see here,
Let's see
something
here.
happened there.
Did Sharky close the door? Goonsis on the inside.
Where else was Goonsis gonna go?
It's kinda both of them. Goonsis started understeering just a tiny little bit, and Sharky intended to leave him just one car width, not more, not 1 inch more, and it didn't work in this situation. Racing incident.
Yeah.
Both cars lost time. Neither hit the wall, I believe. Maybe Goonsis stepped it. I don't remember. Either way, it's gonna be interesting when or if Sharky gets back to Goonsis and tries another attempt of an overtake.
Well, it might be an attempted overtake that might accidentally lead to a punt off track. We'll have to see. You know, accidents do happen in racing. And as we flick our way through the field, Maestro, it seems like he's lacking a little bit in consistency. He definitely has the raw pace. I think he could probably, with a little bit more consistency and a little bit more luck, he did get involved in a couple incidents that weren't his fault. One that was. He might have been able to fight up there with Goonsis and Sharky, but as it stands right now, he's got to make his way up to the field from whatever position he's in. We can't tell until we get timing and scoring back. As we look back at Source, with Neon ahead of him, I believe, and me behind him.
Yeah,
little three-way battle here.
that trio continues to stay together.
There we go.
Here we go. We have our timing back, and that is the battle for 12th through 14th. They have Matt and Echo in front of them battling for it, so maybe that'll help. Actually, it won't help, as Matt is losing positions. A lot of them, as we see another car, that is Potato Hedron, I believe. Losing it a little bit. Leighton Servati's catch. And close the gap. That is a fight for 8th position. We also have a new timing and scoring that actually shows all the gaps correctly.
Does it actually?
What do you know?
What kind of sorcery is this? We actually get timing, like actual timing.
I
Next
know, right?
thing you know, it'll like display the names of the people on screen that are on the screen. For those of us who are idiots and don't memorize liveries because we can't be bothered.
I turned them off.
Uh-huh.
You can show them, but I turned them off because a big floating box above the car is not a good idea.
Well, I mean, you gotta get with the times, virtual reality and all that shit. Everyone's buying these $800 pieces of plastic to put on their face for subpar graphical fidelity and uncomfortable viewing. Because, why not?
I mean, it's decent. Either way.
Yeah, so is porno, but it doesn't replace a better thing.
I mean, you can combine the two.
What, the porno or the VR?
Exactly.
Or the porno with the VR. Anyway, before we get any crazy sales pitch ideas, which I'm sure have never been thought of before, ever.
I'm sorry, VR porn has existed for at least a year now.
I was being sarcastic, you dumb cunt.
And I was ruining it.
As you want to do. So, where are we on the racetrack?
Apparently Trempel is back in the race, one lap down, so his crew managed to fix his car, but I don't think he's gonna get any positions out of it, just gonna drive for the hell of it.
Yeah, basically, as we see the battle here going on between Mr. Bob and the Smart Pipey. And, oh no,
Mr. Bob obliterated that Bosch sign and came back on track just behind his opponent right here without much drama. We're back to Source, who is fighting you for what would be 12th position right here.
Yeah, I'm interested in what happened with Matt and I think... Who else? Somebody else went tumbling down the order while there may have been an incident that we didn't see. we'll maybe get a replay of that, maybe not. But yeah, as it stands, the fight is on for, well, the close to top 10 places, I guess. Recovery drive for me after, well, 2 incidents. One at the start and then one after the restart.
I mean,
And source...
does the first one even count since everybody and their mother was involved?
Well, okay, fine. Then the second one was an incident where I'm having to recover from. But then again, the front half of the field got away pretty cleanly. It was more of a middle, rear half thing. As it usually is. I mean, this series, most of the calamity seems to happen in the middle. The rear gets away fine because they're slow. The front gets away fine because they're fucking fast. And the mid-pack just kind of gets screwed, as we see here. The battle for first place has resumed after the damage, as somebody's lagging all over the place. Is that Rotor?
I believe that's Powers back there.
Powers?
Yeah, in his Jeep car. Because of course.
He didn't get a lap down though, so maybe
that might be delayed. I was told.
Okay.
For some reason, I don't know.
Fair enough.
It just I sync the start of the timing with the start of a race, and somehow it turns out to be desynced by a lot. I don't know how that works. I'm not trying to think about it because fuck technology, seriously.
Fair enough. As we see. Somebody on a lawnmower.
That is Powers, moving his Jeep Formula 3 car to where Jeep belongs, off the track.
Oh boy.
Whoa,
Mr. Fuck You Light is going around.
Whoa, that is one extreme slide there by, that's Trampel or Psych? One of those. That was a little bit extra to go with that off track. Seems to be that the last corner is claiming more and more victims as we go along.
Yeah, at some point I got around Source. That might have been my really awesome overtake, which I don't think we'll get a replay of. As
awesome overtake, please.
Suck my dick. As the calamity continues, as looks like the battle for the lead, as we have a car off track here. Powers again.
Yeah, something is going on with Powers. He is not being a happy bunny right now.
He lost all the power. Oh!
Whoa, whoa! Jesus Christ almighty, that would be Squid annihilating the wall and Biker in process.
Annihilating the tire barriers and Piker's ass in one go. I mean, I gotta applaud his commitment there. Let's see, this is going to be the battle for the lead between Sharky and Gunsis, as Sharky is going around the outside. Will they touch once again? Gunsis, take my energy, please. Defeat the undefeatable. Kill the Kraken. Annihilate Cthulhu. No, he just... Oh, wait, did they touch it? No, is this the same replay?
Maybe, I don't know.
Unless they touch it again.
You think I checked that shit? Maybe it's the same thing, maybe it's different. I don't know. This race, also, might I point out that this race was hell to edit because of all these problems.
Well, there you saw my amazing overtake, and yeah, it's not helped by the lag. It looked better in person, trust me.
Many things looked better without lag
without the
in
lag.
this race, especially
So
the insane crashes.
Timing and scoring is starting to fix itself as we see, well, Source just says basically, fuck your overtake in particular. I'm just going to drive around you on the straight. Oops. As both Source and I decide to take a little adventure off the track and explore the outer limits.
I believe this is not where the track goes, guys.
You know what, funnily enough, I believe so too. It's weird. It's a weird concept, you know, track limits and all that. But yeah, no, this race was fun. Basically, no practice, jump in the car and drive. So everyone's having some fun in one way or another. I know I'm not the only one who had that scenario where no practice whatsoever. Others through various adventures of the grass. But it is nice, like I said at the intro, to continue that thought later as we have more calamity.
That is Biker going around with 1v Audi cars. I assume that would be Trampel. We see their Biker tumbling down the order. I don't see another car doing the same.
Could have been a lapped car. No, but there isn't a lapped car.
No, Trampel is. Trampel is a lapped.
Oh yeah, Trampel is lapped. Yeah. So it's probably Trampel.
It's probably him. We saw
Oh,
him
no.
overtaking Powers for 22nd. That soars off the track again. He'll have to slow down to let you through. Yes, he does. Yeah, we see 4 cars now laps down. Kodas and Rotor were overtaken by the leaders. Trempel overtook Powers after all the Powers issues, but I assume it was him that had contact with Biker there. His Biker lost about 5 places because of that.
Yeah, it makes most sense. Nobody else went down the order at the same time, so... And
Well,
cars were definitely going past, so...
The only other car would be Psychedelics, and he's still within 2 seconds of the next car.
Yep, and the leaders are now catching Marzen, which is dangerous because he won't let him through. But don't worry, he won't be penalized for it.
I sense sarcasm.
No! Never! Never, ever! As we see now, Gunsis has caught up to the back of Mr. Blocky himself.
Oh!
Who jerks in his path.
Uh,
What the fuck?
I think Matsu just caused Gunsis a lead.
I think so too. Oh, getting another replay of the same crash.
I think someone.
Who the fuck edited this?
I think something went wrong.
Squid!
I think something went wrong in the booth there. It's
Whoa!
making to see. Oh Jesus Christ Almighty!
Holy fuck!
I
What
think
the
even
shit?
I think even without the lag, I can reconstruct that a flying trampale just clipped Biker in the helmet while he was flying across the track.
That was Squid, wasn't it? That wasn't Trempale. That was Squid, I think.
Oh, that was Squid. Yeah, Trampale was
Yeah.
later that collected Biker.
Yeah. But yeah, I want to get a replay. I think you might have accidentally put the replays in the wrong time blocks. I want to get a replay of that Marzen thing because it looked like Marzen just cost Gunsis the lead.
He absolutely did. He's put back on track in front of him. And now Gunsis is all out of shape here in the last
Yeah.
turn. And that's
Broke his
definitely...
rhythm.
Yeah, that's definitely his race gun, I believe. He's not gonna catch Sharky. Sharky was faster, Gunsis was defending.
Yeah. No. So, just add another one to the tally, I guess. I mean, yeah. You know how there are people... No, do I want to go down that road? No, I don't want to go down that road. Let's not go down that road. As... Whoops. Oh, okay. I was about to say, that's not where the track goes.
That's where the lag goes. We see what happened to Powers.
Oh, God.
He lost the position to Trampale. And
Oh,
I believe that's what caused it. His car got wedged into the tire barrier, nose down. That's
Face
why-
down, ass up. That's the way we like to fuck.
Thank you. That required a visit to the pit road, and that helped Trampale to gain a position here, I believe.
Yeah.
So we have 17 cars on the lead lap. Gunsis and Sharky in the lead. Gunsis is gonna lose out a bit. The next car is more than 10 seconds down. That would be Maestro. Chased by Smart Pipe and Mr. Bob. Squid and Servatis having their own bout.
Whoa!
Ooh, that car is not gonna make it. Oh, Jesus Christ, that's heavy. That is another heavy crash in the same spot. That's the third one. That would be Smart Pipe that was the victim
No,
this time.
tires too out, Smart Pipe, don't do it! Oh.
That's another spin.
Yep.
Lost another couple of positions. Now he's behind Servatis. Smart Pipe went from 4th to 8th, I believe. Or 7th. I don't know.
Damn. Yeah, no, well, it's the left-hander up and over the hill. You have to... Sometimes, if you get it just perfect, you can take it almost flat. But you do need to, more often than not, lift. You have to commit to the corner early. And once you've committed, you're basically on a ride. You can't really do much about it. And if you get a little bit on the grass and touch the wheel ever so much, you're going to go around. And I think that's what's happening to people here. A lot of times... a lot of times on this track, you can correct it. You can get yourself back on after and off. That corner is not one of those times. You're just going to pirouette, as we've seen, 4 times now? As Powers is in the pits.
Yeah, once the car gets a tank slapper through there, there's no way you're saving it. The corner is too fast. You're going to be sideways with locked tires, just waiting to hit the wall, which will stop the impact.
Um,
The speed, the impact. Yeah, I know, I
yeah,
English.
but anyway, no. But the thing is, though, the good thing that we haven't seen is there's another potential ending to that story. Is if you slide and start to go to the right, you'll basically skip over the grass and then cross over the track after the corner, which could lead to some interesting accident scenarios. We haven't seen that yet. I think we actually saw that once in practice or qualifying. I can't remember which, but there was an incident there similar to that. So we'll see. Powers is in the pits. Viperion is the last car on the lead lap in 17th. He should probably go a lap down soon. Gunsis was... Oh, I guess that must have been after. Again, timing and scoring is delayed. So if for a while there he was only a half second behind, I thought he might have caught back up after his moment, but I think timing was just far behind. I think this is his genuine time now. 4 seconds behind. Maestro always behind in third.
As we see from lap times, Gunsis was 7/10 slower this lap compared to Sharky. He's definitely not catching up. He's faster than Maestro, so he's probably gonna keep his second place, but unless he finds some magic beans, I don't think he's catching back up.
Yeah, no, I mean, his rhythm was broken. Well, I mean, he was broken by Marzin, and then his rhythm was broken. Probably got over-exuberant trying to make up for the time. Probably pissed off, too. It's easy to have happen when something like that happens. See our Austria cast of me. Not the commentary, but the raw race footage.
Well, commentary was in shambles, too.
Well, commentary is always a shambles when we are involved. I mean, Spooky Squid sort of tries to right the ship, all credit where it's due, but we just insist on piling more water into the ship and sinking it faster. So, where are we now? The lead is Sharky's, followed by Gunsis. Well, Sharky, I think Sharky's trying to navigate a lapped car here, is he not? With Maestro in third. Mr. Bob, fourth place. Thank you. Spooky Squid in fifth. So, actually, maybe it wasn't Squid who caused that accident. The one where Piker got slammed up the ass. Because I can't imagine Squid would have recovered.
It was his car. His car is unique. The other team car is the different color. It had to be him.
Then how is he up in fifth?
I guess it didn't cause him much time. It did cause damage, but if the damage is not bad enough to influence his speed, just drove back up. As we saw, Piker was not that far back down the order.
Yeah, but he flew off the track. Like, I mean, unless they had pulled such a gap to 6th and 7th behind them, I mean, I guess it's possible, but that just seems weird to me. Anyway, going further down, after Squid, we see Servatis, who is the battle, which is the battle, English, that we see on the screen now. Not Sharky trying to get back a lapped car, but then again, well, looks like Servatis definitely found out where the butt starts and is going around said butt. Or not. Squid holds the inside. Going into the first corner, we've seen Calamity here. Can Squid brake and hold the position? Nope, he decides to brake a little bit early, but he still has the inside. Servatis is trying to hold the outside, which will become the inside, and then get around in the next couple of corners, which are both left-handers. Actually, the next 3 are left-handers. There goes one.
Ooh, Squid was looking for a way around the outside. None found as Servatis slams the door in front of him. But regarding timing, you see between 7th and 8th, the gap is 15 seconds, so even if Squid lost a couple of places there, he could have climbed back up a few seconds there. So,
it's possible, yeah.
And regarding Piker, he lost more time when Trempel
second incident
crashed into him, yeah. So
yeah.
Further down.
I mean, nobody's getting around this clean. I mean, we even saw the leaders crashing into one another, so moments all around, I guess, just, you know, as things shuffled around. Yeah, there you go. What can I say?
Yeah, this is one of the more incident-filled races here, as, well, the track doesn't help the cleanliness of a race just because the mistakes are punished, as they're supposed to be.
For sure.
If you go off track, you're not going to have a great time, and that particular corner over the hill has claimed many victims already. And
yeah.
I believe, well, there is damage. There is long-term damage to your front when you crash nose first into that thing. That definitely is not gonna help the understeer, which is a big problem in these cars by default. and that's not gonna help the top speed because of the front wing damage as well, and maybe some front suspension damage.
It's a big problem going up the hill. That corner we talked about where it's death if you go off. I mean, normally you just lift slightly, or you can, again, on lower fuel, take it almost flat. So you get damage, and you take that corner like you had been before, and you're going for a fucking ride. As we see, who would this be? That's Neon back there.
That's
so that would be
overtaken.
Neon or Echo. What? Hang on, timing and scoring has to be fucked up. Because that is Piker, but I thought that was Neon's car.
It might be Neon. Yeah, that is Neon.
Yeah, it is Neon, so timing and scoring is just messing with us. Again, guys, sorry for all the technical hitches. The best replay we could have gotten was this one, so we did what we could, but don't worry, it'll be improved for Zamfort. Well, I mean, the replay quality will be, the commentary, well, that ain't ever going to fix itself, as we see. Marsden, did someone have to take evasive action around him, or did they just lose the car? I can't tell.
Yeah, I don't know. Also, I saw there Potato overtook Neon before he got to Piper to see it on the time and scoring. So maybe Neon had a mistake that led him to Piker, who capitalized on that. Possibly.
I mean, that's well within the realm of possibility considering this race, as the battle here between Servatis and Squid is still ongoing. That'll be an interesting one to keep an eye on as we progress further into the race.
Psychedelics catching up Source. That is a battle for 14th position. 14th, 15th, last two cars on the lead lap. These two, they're gonna get caught by the leaders in about, a couple of, not a couple of.
Whoa, he's gonna get caught by the leaders quickly.
Oh yeah. That's not gonna help at all.
Wow, by Psychedelic.
Psych, he's gonna rejoin the track next to one of the pink the baguette cars. There are three now, so it's even more difficult to distinguish who's who there.
Yeah, for sure. As we see Piker there getting a draft from Marsden. Yeah, trying to run away.
Piker is trying to use Marsden for some draft, lapping him. We saw behind him there was Potato, I believe, so he overtook him at some point. Oh, it's difficult to follow everyone with time and delay.
Okay, oof.
That's Servatis and Squid still battling.
Side.
And Servatis finally gets by in, if you interested in fast flow in corners, not a usual place to overtake, but Servatis made it stick. Ooh, a little bit of a bobble on the curb. There, Squid is looking for a gap, nothing there, and for now, Servatis is gonna claim P5. Also, I want to add that Powers is officially scored as DNF here.
Yeah, I believe he was lagging about as much as our replay is after that, and decided to retire the car. Are they touching? Lag. No. I can't tell.
Squid is ahead. Squid made it stick somehow.
Oof.
Oh, Jesus. Oh. That car is broke.
Yep.
Managed to clip just the end of that barrier. And went for a wild ride, as we see.
Oh, poor Psych.
That wasn't his fault. There, he slid a little bit, and then the car decided to park in front of him.
Yeah.
Oh boy. And that had to be a lapped car. That had to be Koda's. Actually, oh, never mind. Nimaidus is near him as well. It might have been him. Who knows?
Hey.
Either way, these two are still going at it. Squid is on the inside. Servatis tries to make another pass around the outside. It'll become the inside. He's still going for it. Yeah, looking for a place to pass. Nothing going on for now. These two are putting on a show. Critically,
that's allowed Smart Pipe to catch right up to their ass. So this is about to be a three-way tango pretty soon. And
is that Smart Pipe?
I believe so. It wouldn't be Neon.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That's right.
So Smart Pipe.
It's 2 seconds and shrinking there. Interesting.
And I mean, we've seen this how mistake-prone everybody's been this race, and so one mistake from Mr. Bob, and he's going to come right back down to the rest of the group, and then it'll be a four-way dance as we see Piker here. Let's see, trying to get by a lapped car who just disappears off the screen. Oh, there it is.
He disappeared off the track. Piker is battling Potato Hedron. This is the battle for 8th position right now. A minute behind Sharkey. Potato is looking for a space to pass. There's nothing there. He's kind of waiting patiently for now. Looking for his chance. The patience is gonna be running out as we have just over 5 minutes left in this race plus 1 lap. So if somebody's gonna plan to make an overtake stick, it's gonna be rather soon. Which applies to these guys, all 3 of them. Squid is catching one of the lapped cars. That's
Viperian, I think.
2 cars, yeah, that's Viperian, 1 lap down. Savadis is in the draft. He's gonna make a choice now, otherwise he's gonna be just stuck behind Viperian. He is deciding
Off the track.
to go off the
track.
Ooh,
Way off the
tires.
track.
Whoa, stay away from the wall. Ooh, he avoided the wall, but he lost the position to Smart Pipe. That's what I was talking about. He had to make the decision quick to go for the 3 wide or stick behind Squid. He was kind of going back and forth and ended up getting a little bit of an overdraft, some extra speed, and did not brake in time.
Yeah. There's a bump too in that braking sector if memory serves, and he probably took it at a bad angle. Might have had a micro lock or something like that, and then just slid way off the track. One consequence of my incident there, where I lost the back of my car, battle resumed between me and Source. So, I don't. Maybe we're not as close as I thought I was. I can't tell with timing and scoring. I don't trust that damn thing. As we see Marzen in the pits again for some reason, and Cody's. Yeah, exactly. Cody's gets the position there. Cody's is now 2 laps down, so he's not having a good day. Marzen's 2 laps down as well, obviously, with Powers out of the race. We still have. Oh shit! XPS. I forget who's that.
Psychedelics.
Thank you. Yeah, wow.
Psych
brain
is
freeze.
about to get lapped, probably 140 something. Yeah, 144 is about the time of leaders, so the leaders has to be about 3 or 4 seconds behind him right about now. I don't know if they're gonna pass him or not, because we have probably 3 laps left to race. Squid made another...
Oops.
Oh no, never mind. It's the time and scoring catching up on the excursion to the off-track in turn 1 survived his head. Never mind. Squid is in 5th. Smart Pipe is still behind him, so things might happen back there. Potato lost a little bit of time there. He's still trying to chase down Biker. It's gonna be more difficult now after this mistake. This is the battle we're talking about. Smart Pipe right behind Squid. Oh, that's a bit of a slide. He keeps it out of the wall, but he definitely lost a few seconds, and I'm not sure he's gonna catch up in time. Ooh, that's a small mistake that led to big loss. Biker is a little bit slower than you'd expect, because I think Potato is right back, right behind him, kind of within a second now.
Yeah, Piker's had an interesting race, caught in calamities that weren't his fault. So it wasn't another Austria or Magello, F Magello. But yeah, he's doing well, but he could have done a whole lot better if, well, he hadn't been caught up in all the drama. As it stands, 20 seconds behind Servatis, give or take, timing and scoring lagging. What's really surprising me is Sharkey, I think, is just playing with Gunsis. I mean, the gap is now 5 seconds. It was 4 for the longest time. So I don't think Shark is pushing at all. He may have just turned in a quicker lap now just to give himself a little bit more buffer room. As we see Viperion off the track, I can't tell if there was... Or was that Viperion? No, that's not Viperion. His helmet's green. I don't know if there was contact there. Yeah, that's Rotor.
And that might have been Trempale, because they're both 1 lap down fighting for position there. It might have been them coming together. Because Psychedelics was just lapped by the leaders, we would have seen Sharky and Gunsis around. As, oh Jesus, you decide to overtake Source and then get a weird off-track excursion and right back to the side-by-side battle. Slightly ahead, but will Source try to force the inside? He's trying to, but doesn't have enough space, and that's a complete overtake that was done mostly off the track.
Yeah, Source touched me a bit there, and fair play to him, left his foot off the gas, and battle resumed, as it were. But yeah, this, right about, wait for it, stay waiting for it, right about there,
Oh yeah.
scared the living shit out of me. And then, yeah, credit to Source, backed off, and battle resumed. But that was complete code brown. I had to take my car, not to the weighbridge afterwards, but directly to the biohazard unit, because ain't nobody else gonna have to be wanting to touch that car.
Yeah.
As a psychedelics a lap down.
As for the leaders, I believe Sharga has no reason to push the car anywhere, just 2 laps to go. With the amount of calamity there was around, both of them doing 44s. Guns is a little bit quicker, half a second off his time now, and Chucky is just gonna get the car home.
Smart move.
With no major issues. Hopefully just gets to hope Martin doesn't get in the way. We continue with Servatis catching up to Smartpipe, who lost out there, and actually Servatis was a few seconds back, now caught up. Either Servatis is on a mission now, after his own mistake cost him P5.
Oh no!
Speaking of mistakes, cost in position, so stay out of the forest, stay out of the forest. Well, he kinda did. Oh,
yeah, no. This is Virginia. You do not want to go out in the woods by yourself with a pretty car. Trust me. It ain't gonna end well for you unless you're into that kind of thing, in which case, bring plenty of lube. Anyway, as we were... as I've poisoned your mind with that.
Battle for 9th place is gonna continue on to the final lap of the race, as we see, what's that? Neon Tiger and Potato Hedron fighting.
Wait, wasn't
around.
Potato fighting Piker? Or did I just forget something?
He was at some point.
Something happened.
I think he messed up at some point. I don't know.
Either that or Neon fell down the order again. What's the other possibility?
I don't know. It's hard to keep track of that when it's half a lap off.
Yeah.
Either way, we're gonna get the white soon enough, hopefully.
Phrasing. We are in Virginia.
You know more about Virginia, so I'll leave it to you. The gap between the leaders is still 4.5 seconds. Nothing's going on. Maestro is in no man's land. So is Mr. Bob. Squid has about 4-second gap to Smartpipe and Servatis, who are still battling out. Then Piker is a minute down the leader as the white flag waves by. Neon and Potato are battling here. This is probably the closest battle we have on the racetrack for P9. Echo 8 seconds behind Lurkin. Matt is in 12th. The other Matt is in 13th. And Source is the final car on the lead lap. The other people are 1 or more laps down, and Powers is in the pits drinking his favorite beverage, just watching this race finish.
Yeah, he's got the lawn chair out, the umbrella, a sly nod to the camera as it pans by. Almost like we've seen it before. As this battle's getting really close, it's do or die time. Powers got to make a move or surrender the position to Neon Tiger. Neon Tiger...
Potato's gonna try to go around the outside, doesn't leave a lot of space, they're almost very close to banging wheels. Potato tries to go around the outside, will he keep it on the track? He does, but there's a little bit of wobble that will cost him some speed, but he is there in time to close the door and keep the position he just
did. Neon.
There goes Neon Tiger. Tried a little bit too hard to regain what he lost. Did not end well, as we see Sharky claiming 4th win in 4 races. Absolutely dominant performance from the Brit, who is yet to lose a race. Gunsis finishes the race in 2nd with a nod and a middle finger to Martin, as his teammate from Russia is gonna finish the race in 3rd. The other Brit, Mr. Bob from Bentley, finishing the race in 4th position. Nobody around for the most of the race.
The Squid Smartpipe battle is definitely bigger gap. It looks like going down the field, maybe Neon and Potato. If if
delayed.
Neon still has
lost
something
it.
in the tank, but no, he doesn't because timing and scoring is not updated. And we just saw Neon spinning his way off after another battle. So yeah, thanks timing and scoring. You keep fucking me in the ass. Rotor X2 will finish the race 2 laps down. He also went a lap down at the end. Source a lap down at the end as well. I think that's going to be it as far as lap cars go. I will be the last car on the lead lap, I believe. As something's happening there, I don't know what. It's just a cooldown lap, I guess.
Checker flag, just cars going slow on the return lap. And Sharky taking creative lines, waving the non-existent fans as he claimed yet another victory.
Zafinga boya!
Now, I wonder if somebody's gonna stop him at any point in his career, because I haven't seen a lot of competition for him just yet. As we go on board with our leader, post-checker flag, he was probably considering donuts, but it's F3 car, so he is bound to crash into something doing them. So we go to the race results. Sharky from J&J Motorsports completing 24 laps and the only car going under a minute 44 wins the race. Gunsen finishes second, Mr. third, Mr. Bob, the best of Bentley Motorsport car, in fourth, almost half a minute back of Sharky. Spooky Squid with a great result in fifth. Smart Pipe finishing the race in sixth. Servatis in seventh. Biker, after all his troubles, still manages to get P8, and there are two other cars I didn't have time to list.
So 11th place is Echo 51 for Ed the Baguettes. Matt in 12th. Other Matt, the only backmarkers car taking part in this race, in 13th. Source in 14th place, followed by Psychedelic in 15th. Both of those cars were lapped down, as was Namitis in 16th and Viperion in P17. Trimpale and Peggy 18, followed by Rotor X2, the first car, 2 laps down. Codes in 20th position. Mars in 21st, also 2 laps down, the last car running. And then Powers 2,440 retired from the race after what I believe were technical issues. So, yeah, an interesting race, a calamitous race, a fun race all around. And now we're going to see how that impacted the championship.
Sharky gets 200 points out of 200 possible. The second place is reserved for Mr. Bob, just 2 points down. Maestro Guns is climbing back up to optimist in the first race with 120 points. Biker with 114. Trampel 6th in No Man's Land. Agent Mulder up to 7th. Smart Pipe 6 points behind him, tied with Matt of Bentley Motorsport. JK with 72 points, he's 10th.
Georgian, the other Bentley? Other backmarkers F1 car. It's with 72 points. Jesus, I need to eat something. Holy Moose in 12th. Team Rainbow Girls not participating in this race. Only 1 point behind him is Source in 13th. Followed by Nematus in 14th. Echo 51. And Neon Tiger. 1 point behind him. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Good job. Put it ahead on his 21st. Carl BC200 not participating, just 1 point down from him. Spooky Squid joining the season in progress up to 23rd position, followed by Martin Rotorix is in 25th. Both IRA cars 26th, 27th. Powers 240 is 28th, and the newest edition Kodas in 29th.
So now, for the team championship, I love how your truck is there, even though you didn't even roll the car out of it. J&J Motorsports, surprise of the fucking century, is in first place with 314 points, followed by Gauchi Gunz's Bentley Motorsport in third. Backmarkers Racing makes up fourth place, with Audi Motorsport in fifth, Apex Predator in sixth, Eau de Baguette +1 in seventh, MRT in eighth place. Jackie trying to deal with his sore shoulders, let's say. Raskers Racing in ninth, Halimarian Chips in 10th.
Team Blue Flag in 11th place. Team Rainbow Girls just 1 point down in 12th. Kalash Racing, another solo team, is another point down. This is going to be an interesting fight to get into top 10 at the end of the season.
Sure.
Independent Republic of Alpacas in 14th. And Team Shrug led and, by only participant, Powers 240 in last with 13 points. This was an interesting race filled with a lot of calamity. And, I bet this is not gonna get any easier next week, because we're going to the Netherlands, land of pot and Zandvoort.
Yes, the land of pot, weird pornography, and one of my favorite racing tracks that I wish was still in F1. It's a love it or hate it track. A lot of people hate it. I love it. I'm a weirdo, and I am Matt. It's been a great commentary. Thank you very much for watching. If you got to this point, I don't know what's wrong with you. We'll see you guys next week.
See you guys, and hopefully we might even bring the weird Sweedle on with us. Until then, goodbye.
Hinga shirty hurdy firsty.
What the f-